Hi everyone, welcome to Vedic Astrology Study Podcast. Through this medium, I cover a breadth of some basic principles and analysis of the beautiful ancient science of Jyotish, gifted to humanity by wise ancient seers of India. Typically, there are playlists of different kinds with case studies to have a practical grounding of those principles. In this series, which will become a part of the Panchanga playlist, I am covering the science of Muhurta, or the timing of events, activities, dietary control, tuning your attitude to any given day of the month, since this is a lunar calendar. As per Vedic astrology, the human being should regulate their daily activities in alignment with the lunar cycle and the corresponding tithi of the day. You might say this is the beginning of the use of science of Jyotish consciously, with awareness and in full view of self and this space-time reality we find ourselves in. Since this deals with your everyday cycle of energies that each of us deals with on a daily basis, it's a good beginning point to start Jyotish with Panchanga study first, before you get to the charts part. If you do not know what your current tithi is, where you are on the planet, you can download the Jyotish app, which is indicated on the slide with its logo on Android or iPhone store. Download it, set its location to wherever you are on the planet. Then click on Muhurta and Panchanga part as is shown on the slide, and it will tell you the current Panchanga aspects, the Tithi, the Vara, the Karana, Yoga and Nakshatra, which is typically where moon is transiting over. Then use these series as a study material to guide your daily activities, diet, attitude for any given day. The way I shall cover each tithi here begins with the element and deity, followed by the energy of the day, what to do, what to avoid, suggested mindset, elementary, dietary consideration, and the content is covered both for Shukla Paksha and Krishna Paksha tithis. For the basics of this, see the previous tithi videos in this playlist. Let's get started. Now let's look at Chaturthi, or the fourth day of the lunar calendar on the waxing cycle or the waning cycle. So any day of the month which falls on a Chaturthi, it's as shown in the chart there. It may be on the waxing side, waning side. Let me read some general notes here. The energetic quality first. Chaturthi is traditionally classified as the Rikta Tithi, meaning empty. Rikta means empty or hollow, which signals caution for auspicious endeavors. The presiding deity is Yama, the god of dharma and discipline, giving this day somewhat a heavy, obstacle-ridden vibration. Indeed, Lord Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, was born on a Chaturthi, highlighting that obstacles can be overcome on this day with the right approach. The energy of Chaturthi is intense, obstacle-focused, and good for activities that involve reduction, destruction, or removal, or something that requires intense effort rather than growth. Mercury is the planetary ruler, the fourth corresponding to Mercury's Wednesday Lord, which adds analytical and communicative elements. Ruler of Mercury again Ganpati. Overall, Chaturthi carries a mix of challenge and breakthrough. Not naturally smooth, but powerful for specific purposes. Recommended activities. While Chaturthi, or the fourth day of the lunar cycle, is considered inauspicious for new or celebratory activities, it is definitely very useful for certain kinds of work. According to Muhurta Shastra, Chaturthi is auspicious for removing obstacles and tackling difficult tasks. This is Ganesha's domain, Ganpati. On any Chaturthi day, if you land in Maharashtra, in the state of India, and go to a Ganpati temple, you'll see hordes of devotees, because Chaturthi is considered a good day to pray to Ganpati for removing obstacles. He is the lord of this. Use the day to address problems head-on, whether troubleshooting issues at work, fixing breakdowns, or resolving lingering obstacles in life. You may find success in eliminating what doesn't serve you. Activities involving fire or sharp tools. The classical texts explicitly say Chaturthi favors the use of fire and weapons. In this case, it may be kitchen stuff, it may be cooking. In modern terms, it is fine day for tasks involving welding, metalwork, any craft involving fire pottery, doing homa or fire ritual at home, for example, for all the Hindus listening. It's also okay for surgery or cutting away things. Surgery is essentially what? It's just removing stuff which doesn't belong in the body. So with proper Muhurta for surgery, you can also keep this day for surgery because it supports the removal aspect. Surgeons sometimes pick Krishna Chaturthi for operations to quote-unquote cut out illnesses. Elimination kind of actions, hunting, pest control was cited historically. Today could be the day translated to pruning a garden, decluttering your home, getting rid of bad habits. It's a great day to throw out the trash, physical or metaphorical. Cleaning and polishing. Interestingly, texts mention cleaning and polishing and similar activities are auspicious on Chaturthi. If you need to deep clean your house, wash your car, tidy up your workspace, home space, this energy supports the removal of dirt or negativity. See, this is the thing about Vedas and Vedic astrology, okay? Everything is not bad or good. It's like what you do on which day. That's Vedic astrology. You tune yourself consciously to match the energy of the day. Another one for Chaturthi, competitive or physical activities. Similar to Navami, which we shall come later on, another Rikta Tithi. Chaturthi is okay for competitive sports, so rigorous exercise or martial practices as long as safety is observed. It is said to be ideal for elimination of enemies, quote unquote, in everyday life. This might mean winning over competition, outlasting a rival in sports or games. Those who practice martial arts or boxing could harness the tenacious energy in training or sparring. Again, with caution. Worship of Ganpati and spiritual remedies. Since Ganesha's energy is prominent, it is highly recommended to worship Lord Ganesha on any Chaturthi, both Krishna and Shukla Paksha, mitigating obstacles. Every lunar month, Krishna Paksha Chaturthi is observed as Sankashta Chaturthi. Sankashta means difficulties or day of fasting and prayer to Ganpati. To overcome hurdles, performing Ganesha Puja or chanting Om Ganapataye Namah or reading sacred texts like Ganesha Artha Vashirsha, are wonderful activities that align with the day's obstacle removing potential. Activities to avoid. Chaturtha being a Rikta Tithi or empty Tithi is considered inauspicious for all major auspicious activities. Especially avoid starting any new ventures, weddings or big day celebrations on this day. Initiatives which begin on Chaturthi are believed to face many obstacles or empty results. That's why Rikta Tithi. It is also wise to avoid traveling long distance or embarking on a journey on a Chaturthi. Avoid that if possible. Okay, it can get riddled with delays or issues. Postpone signing contracts or closing on a house or initiating legal cases on this day unless absolutely necessary. Additionally, avoid major financial transactions or loans. The energy of emptiness could make outcomes less fruitful. Generally, don't do fruitful things on a Rikta Tithi, okay? Personal grooming that involves cutting, haircut, shaves is also avoided by tradition on Chaturthi, in contrast to Tritiya. It is said that cutting hair and nails on Chaturthi can invite ill health or obstacles. In summary, steer clear of new beginnings and anything you want to flourish. This is the day of removal, not for flourishing. It is better to wait a day or two before a more favorable Tithi comes in. Suggested mindset, perseverance, caution, spiritual fortitude. On Chaturthi, adopt a problem solver's mindset. Think deeply, go inward. Take guidance, tune into Lord Ganesha. He will guide you, I'm sure of that. Expect some things may not go smoothly, and that's okay. Be patient, methodical, like Ganesha, who uses wisdom to overcome obstacles. Instead of frustration, cultivate determination and focus. If obstacles arise, see them as karmic tests to refine your plans, not as dead ends. It is an excellent day to practice discernment or viveka. Identify what needs to be removed from your life, be that a bad habit, clutter, toxic pattern, and so on. Emotionally, stay calm and grounded. Yama's influence suggests upholding discipline and facing fears rather than avoiding them. Embrace humility and surrender. as outcomes of the divine in your path. This attitude helps pacify potentially heavy energies. Devotion to Lord Ganesha is particularly suggested. Maintain an attitude of faith that obstacles will clear. By the end of the day, you may feel cathartic sense of relief if you have faced issues squarely. Some dietary tips now. There is a strong tradition of fasting on Chaturthi to propitiate Ganpati and reduce tamas or obstacles in one's system. Typically, devotees observe a vrata on Sankashti Chaturthi, also called Sankashti, the fourth day of the waning moon. They fast during the day and only break fast in the moonrise and after offering prayers to Moon and Ganesha. If you follow this, you can take fruits or nuts or simple non-grain food during the day as per common fast guidelines. Then have a light meal after sighting the moon, often including dishes made of prasad like modak, favorite of Ganpati, even my favorite. Even if not doing a strict fast, it is beneficial to eat light on this day. Sattvic foods, fresh fruits, milk, root vegetables, etc. Many who do Chaturthi fasting eat items like potato, sweet potato, peanuts, sabudana khichdi if you are so much fond of Maharashtrian foods. Avoid heavy grains and meats and alcohol. Heavy tamasic foods can amplify the dull, challenging energy. Remember, it's an empty tithi, right? So avoid any tamasic stuff. In Ayurvedic terms, a light diet keeps you stay mentally clear to tackle obstacles. That's the idea, basically. Lord Ganesha is offered modaks, sweet dumplings, and other sweets on this day. You may partake of this as blessing. Don't overindulge in sweets or fried snacks common in festival offerings, especially in India, that could cause lethargy. Remember, the goal is to remove obstacles, including the health ones. If you faced stress or intensity during the day, and with a calm, warm beverage, warm milk, pinch of nutmeg, cinnamon and so on, to soothe the nerves. Fast or eat very simply is a good tip to follow. That's general notes. Now let's get into specifics. Now let's see the Shukla Chaturthi, the fourth day of the lunar cycle in a month. Now we are looking at the Shukla side, the waxing side of the cycle. It's highlighted there on the pie chart. The Lord is Ganpati, the beautiful Ganpati, one of my favorite deities. Fearless removal of obstacles and protection. Element is air and deity is Ganesha, Ganpati. This is Rikta Tithi. Got to understand this concept, folks. Rikta means empty. It is considered inauspicious for starting certain activities. All the Rikta Tithis. What is the Rikta Tithi? Considered hollow or void for growth-oriented activities. So it is a day for more of reflection, reflecting upon the void if you want. Reduction of ego, for example, better for reduction, removal, destruction, austerity and obstacle removal. Lord Ganpati is said to be Vighneshwara, or the Lord of removing obstacles. Okay, this is why Indians go and pray to Ganpati for removing their obstacles, whatever at their workplace, home, family and so on. Which are the other Rikta Tithis? And before that, avoid new beginnings or celebrations on this day. Which are those Tithis? Rikta Tithis. Fourth Chaturthi we are covering here now. Later we'll be covering the other ones. 9th Navami, 14th Chaturdashi, and so on the Krishna side as well. So let's see the energy of the day. Start from the top there. Watery undercurrents bring challenges but also purification. Purification happens when you let go of certain beliefs and attachments, isn't it? That's the baseline in Vedic teaching everywhere. Obstacle clearing energy. That's the energy of this day, Shukla Chaturthi. Visibility into what hinders progress. You need to examine carefully. Ganpati is the Lord of the mind also, of Buddhi, of Mercury if you want in your chart. So you need to sharpen your intellect to see what's going on. Preponderance. Okay? Ponder something. Sit down quietly and ponder something. Not to start some outward activity. What to do? Worship of Ganesha. Now I have put Ganesha Sahasranama and meanings once when I was inspired. It's there on this channel if you want to look at what is Ganpati Sahasranama. The best place I have found to tune into any one of these Vedic deities is look at their Sahasranama, chant them, find out their meanings from GPT and so on. These days we have so many tools. Use them. So find out what Ganesha stands for. Before you get a sort of honoring, respect, tuning your soul energy, you have to find out what it means. It's all told anyway in the Sahasranama. Back to this, small problem solving tasks, not big chunks. Clearing clutter, repair work if you have something in the house is good to do on this day. Spiritual practices focused on removing blocks. Understand your blocks. Chaturthi is a day for understanding your blocks, whatever it may be, your own personality, external, whatever it may be. Take the advice and tune into Ganpati. He will show you what to avoid. Big life events, weddings, housewarming ceremony, or major investments. Avoid this kind of big life events on this day because it is empty. It does not have energy for you to provide. Confrontations that deepen division instead of solving things. Avoid that. Ignoring subtle warning signs. This is the day of subtlety. All the Rikta Tithis are subtle in their approach. They will show you quietly as signs, as symbols, what is going wrong, okay? Or whatever problems it is or issues you are trying to solve in your life or thinking about. Suggested mindset is patience, problem solving, and humility. Treat obstacles as teachers, not enemies. Isn't that a common thing for all of us? There is nothing really like an obstacle. It is trying to teach us something. What that something is, let Ganpati help you decide that. Invoke Ganesha to guide perception of hidden blocks. This is one thing people miss, even in the Hindus of this day. They say, I'll go to pray to Ganpati and everything will be fine. And they go about in their same personality disorders. That's not going to work. Ganpati can guide you to do and find out what it is that is the hidden block. What are the blind spots? And then you have to do the work here on the ground. Ganpati is not going to come down and sit and work for you. He's got better things to do, alright? Diet. Supported diet and what to avoid. Light sattvic meals, especially fruits. Modakas, favorite offerings to Ganesha everywhere in Maharashtra. Here they will offer modaks. Actually, one of my favorite fruits, sweets actually. Favor fresh and water-rich foods like melons and cucumbers. These are highly cleansing. Cucumber is supposed to be one of the most sattvic vegetables, even told by Sadhguru. Use that. Also, you can use the pumpkin. The green one, ash gold, avoid heavy or stale foods that clog the system. Now you don't want the digestive system clogged on this day. Otherwise your mind, it won't help you. Even in a general sense, you should avoid that, isn't it? No clogging the system with unnecessary heavy bread kind of things. No maida, no refined flour. That kind of foods to be avoided. Go lighter on your system. Let's deal with Krishna Chaturthi and see how that plays out now.